Greetings, this is Doug again. I want to talk about the Trade Simulator. I talked a little bit about it under my GAN ribbon 10.7 system post in post 1. Just want to show you what it looks like and encourage you to try using it sometime, because it's a nice way to study the ribbons and to do a little practice trading, especially where it's very hard to trade on the lower time periods like the 5-minute. So that's the location where I'm located. I'm under the GAN ribbon 10.7 system. I'm under manual now, but we may be moving. I just since I'm now a 10.7 system, I might be moving. We'll see. So I brought up their site here just to show you what it looks like. They're just called mt4icom.com, and basically what they say about themselves is that they are a free web-based service for analyzing and publishing your trading statements, something like FXbook, I guess. And all the apps and stuff they have are free. Go up here, look under apps here, and to go under Trader Tools, this is where you'll find the Trade Simulator down here. Hit on that. And you get to the one that's functionally the released version that went with MT4 platforms before 509 and down. The new version, which I suspect we'll need for the 600 plus MT4i versions that have come out and we're all using now, is the beta version. So if you click on updated version of the simulator, you'll come over here and it's going to say new beta version Trading Simulator March 2014, and it'll say it's only good for version 600 and up. It will work with copies of MT4 which are still, it will not work with copies of MT4 which are still on version 509 or older, but you can use the other one I showed you, the release version, to use for those versions of MT4 if you have it. And then you get down here, click here for the beta version, you hit this, and now you go to where you can download it. You get this green download box here. It requires registration. Well, I'm registered, but I haven't signed in yet. So, but it's quite, you know, if you clicked on that, and you had registered and signed in, it would just come up and you would download it into your folder for downloads that goes with your particular browser. So I'm not going to click on this because what's going to happen, it says you must register, and I am registered, but I have not logged in, and there's no point in it because I already have it on my system here, and I'll show you how it opens up. So here's what it looks like when you get it down, this little icon. It says simulator on whatever. So when you click on that, I have to say yes in 8.2 here. What comes up is this little install menu for the beta version, and it lists all the MetaTrader 4s I have on my system, which is quite a few actually, but different brokers and stuff I use. But I generally use IBFX for the trader, so that's what I have it set up for. So I would just select that, and but you can select them all, or you can just pick out the ones you want to go with and then hit the install button. I'm not going to do that because I'm already installed. So I brought my MT4 up with my present chart on it in 5 minutes here. So that's somewhat what the chart will look like when I open it in the trader. Only you won't get these boxes here because EA will not be able to do multi-time frame on templates. I think they can do them in EAs, but they cannot do them like this on a template that you put on the on a chart. And that's what we essentially are going to be doing with the EA. So what I'm going to do next, up here at the top of the screen, you see this little button here, like a little magnify button. If you do that, if you look at the bottom, that opens up Strategy Tester, and if you just come down here and click on that, then you got all your controls here. So I already have it set up to use the Trading Simulator version 2 EA. Up here, Expert Advisor, so you go under there and you pick that out. I have Euro Yen already chosen, depending on whatever one you want. You pick the time. I'm going to choose 5 minutes because it's quick, it's fast. And generally, if you use some of these at the bottom too here, they're faster. I've been using this one. It doesn't really affect my candles much, and it doesn't really seem to affect the volume signature that much. So I've been using it because it's much faster and you get through a lot of areas that you don't want to look at. Over here is an adjustment for the speed of how fast it will go. Probably want to turn it down a little bit at first, and then once it starts up, you can decide what speed you like to trade at. Now, it must not have this optimization button checked. That has to be empty like that. Use date. I have set up for the beginning of 2013, and I have today's date, today. So you come up with this, and you put in the date you want. Back in 2013 is what I put. And here I just put the day. I hit this little box that says today. It saves you the work. It just starts everything up from the day. So I've turned this down a little bit. Also with this, you can skip the dates if you want to do that. It's like within this time period, if you decide there's a date you want to skip to, you don't want to have to look at all the other, it will do that for you. So let's see if this is going to work. It is a beta. Sometimes you have to play a little bit with it. But anyway, I'm going to hit the start. And now I get this little box up here. And now I don't need to have this open anymore down here, except I'm going to leave it open because I'll probably adjust my speed some with this little device down here. So now, since it's paused, and it's a really nice feature since it gets its paused, you can put on your template. And right here, I have this particular template with the Heiken Ashi candles. I never can get that backwards, forwards, whatever. And I'll put them on there. And what I'll do is probably adjust the speed here just with this down here. That turns this on too, but just how, so I might want to move out a little bit so I'm well into the trading position. And so I'm going to pause it there. Now this comes back up. So I like that speed pretty much. I just push it down a little bit more maybe. It's a nice, good speed to respond to. So now I can close that back up again once I've adjusted the speed I like, and now I can use the pause button up here to trade. So we turn that on. Now if I want to make a trade, I can hit sell right here or buy, and I will have an instant trade based on the price here. And if I want to see what profit or loss I'm making, I flip this around like this, and it will come up here. So we'll do that in a second, but we're in a consolidation here, and it's going to end up, we're going to be buying here. So what happened, this is NFP day, and everything went up. So the euro took off here. And if you turn this around by hitting this box, you're going to see your profit, what it is at the present time. You also see the close all button, so you can close your position out real quickly. And if there's any open positions that you put in, and I'll show you how you do that, that you can close them out here. Or you can just close out all winners if you have more than one position. And then leave the losers in to see how you want to deal with those. So I'm up to about 86 pips here. And this is NFP, so I knew this was going to happen. This was April 4th. I had looked at this before. I just wanted to know and show you how that all worked. And you get back here, such and such, and let's say I want to put a buy, and maybe I'm at the end of this. Maybe it'll go on up, or maybe it won't. But it's rather quick uptake, so it's probably not going to go much higher. But you know, we'll get a few pips here where we're at it. I'm gonna come up here, be ready to close it out. I'm gonna get it. Looks like I'm gonna get a little bit better. Now I'm going to show you what happened here in a second, but I'm going to close all here soon. This is probably a little fast for practice trading, but just for demonstration to show you here what's going on. Now right there I hit my close all button, so I'm stopped. It tells you the distance it went, whatever. What else was in here at the time was when you click on this, I had placed an order in there, a buy order, and saved it as a template. So this is what was in the buy order. Fixed size lot of 0.01 was a buy. Stop loss there was none. Take profit there was none. And what I had done is prior to getting to this point here, I had put this in here, and I saved this as a template, and you put the name down here. I already put the name in as test. Once you do that, then all you have to do is place your order here, and there it's placed in there. Now this one's not going to be so good because I'm already at the top of this thing, so I think I'm just going to close out here. I'll show you how you do that. But so the whole thing is they got lots of orders here that you can do. Let's just pause this TradingSimulator a second. If you look under stop loss, you can do pips, fixed price, fixed cash, risk, percentage of equity, percentage of balance. So you can practice all the different types of stop losses. You can do lots based on fixed cash risks, percentage of equity, percentage of balance. Down there, percentage of balance, and you can fill what that percentage is you want to use. The simulators has in there for 10,000, and I've made $2.92 because I'm just trading many lots and nano lots here. But it has that in there. What percentage of this 10,000 do you want to trade, and then you get a much bigger lot size than what I've been trading with. Anyway, we'll go back to just leaving that fixed light side there. We talked about the stop loss, the profit, take profits. You can do the same thing. You base it on fixed cash target, fixed price. You have all these different things. So there's different ways to practice these take profits and stop losses, and it's a good way to get some idea of how those kind of things work if you never used those types of stop losses before. And it even allows you to put a trailing stop in, and you just figure how many pips you want. And you go like that, and you get a little box, and you put maybe 25 in there, and then you get a trailing stop. And that's something to play with. Get used to the size you need for different types of pairs, and volatility taken into consideration, and also the particular what I started to say, the particular amount of risk that you want to take on. You may want a large stop loss, or you might want a short stop loss. You might want to experiment with those types to see how much money you would lose if you had a large one as opposed to a small one. You may want to experiment with the ribbons, decide good places to put them, like maybe under this red line, or maybe even under the white line. So all those kind of things you can practice using. Also, if you have a template of your own that you want to put in here besides my system, that's fine. You can just put the template in here. You can't use MTF indicators, but if you have any of them, you'd have to take them off. But other than that, it's a really nice simulator for trying different systems out on. So I think we showed you this section here, and we're going to close that up, and we're going to turn back on the simulator here. There's nothing under there because I have no open trades now. So if I want to go back to the main screen, I go back here, and it gives me the sell button and the buy button again. So always clicking here flips it around. It's like a drawer effect there. Okay, now there are options for this. Count info, settings, auto tasks, undock terminal, different things you can do. Count info just tells you net profit is plus 2.92, balance equity for the, so it gives you a profit statement here. And this all this information would go to their site probably if you hook to them, and then you could do analytics on it. And down here it gives you the pip size, lots, the take profit, trailing stop, stop loss. So you don't have to go into that menu here to do all that. You can set them right here for these very simple types of trading techniques you want to use. Of course, you can see on here that's how the ribbons work. You can see it in real time. You can see that it came down here, hit this ribbon, and now it's meeting some rejection here, or support, however you want to look at that. And it may break through or it may not. Probably if it does break through, it's going to go sideways for a while because we've had this big move up, or it could come back down. But anyway, you can see the alignment here of the ribbons, and I might actually do some trading on this just to do some, since it's so controllable where you are. It might make some nice videos for practice trading to show you different things I might do when I'm trading. One of the other things I've done here is I'm experimenting with a different volume setting on this particular edge. If you're familiar with the 9 system I'm using, this really is not set to a number 9 number, so I've switched it to 0.54, and I'll probably be putting new templates up, but you can see how nice that works at 5.4 because it's following this very nicely here. So I'm very pleased with that, and I may be changing that to make sure that the whole system is integrated perfectly. Everything will be doing number 9 theory. When I first set the system up, I was using some defaults that were used by John Edwards on his 1 minute system. But I really like the way this is working now with the follow at 0.54. So there is something to the magic of the number 9s that are going on. So I thought this was going to be a short video, but it didn't turn out that way. It turned out to be about 18 minutes, so it's about par for the course for me. But you can find a restatement of where you can locate this in my post 1. If you forget how to get there from the video, but it's real simple to find. I'm not associated with them in any way, any business way at all. I just think it's a good deal, and it works really well. There's been a few simulators that people have issued themselves out there that were free, but none of them look like this. And there's one you have to buy, and I think it's like $89, and it probably isn't any better than this. So I'm really pleased with it. Now look up here, we have a breakdown, come right through the narrow part of this. We broke out here and we're going to come down. That's so cool. Now I wonder if it gets down here, if it's going to stop on the blue, or whether it's going to go back up and retest. It could retest this 1 minute, and now we have the 1 minute on here. Isn't that cool on the 5 minute? And when you see these crosses on the 5 minute, that gives you an idea about where you should get out. So it did go back up and through the 1 minute, and then it's hitting this edge, which you can get through if it's wide enough. You can get back through if it's wide enough, but it may hold for rejection and resistance since it's already crossed past through it. But we'll see here. So I got through it. So that's all I'm going to do with this video. This takes it out to about 20 minutes, but just show you a little bit how I could show you some ideas about trading the system on here. I'll probably do some trading on here and do some videos of it because it's so convenient. It's hard to I'm not much of a night owl, so when I get to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm usually asleep, so I got to get turned around a little bit so I can get up at 5 o'clock and trade from that through noon. That's what I need to start doing. But till I do that, some of the stuff I can probably do on here for you just to show you. And I haven't seen any of this. I mean, you know, pick random times in here. And I knew this was going to happen, but then after that point, I didn't know I hadn't run the simulator that far. So I hope you have a nice day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And good trading to you all. One last thing I wanted to show you, and I forgot. Down under here, when you hit stop, then you get this total up here on your little box. It says total $2.92 profit. And of course, if you're hooked up to analytics trading, you can push this button and it'll automatically send that into the account that you had set up for the trade simulator. I just forgot to mention that before. And also, while you're still in the same run, you can go down here and see results too. Under results, you'll see different trades that were made and what your profit was down here too. So there's a couple of ways of looking at it here. I think this all clears out once you stop the simulator, and it's no longer there. Let's see if that does that. Come back out here. Hit this. Well, no, it's still there because it stopped. Probably when you hit the start again, it goes away. So if I was to hit start again and stop again, and the results, yeah, it's gone. So if you want to look at those results, you have to look at them before the simulators hit start again. The simulators hit start again. And up here you can see that also went to net profit of 0. Good day to you now.